Good morning. We'll now call the Committee on Gubernatorial Appointments to order. Mr. Secretary, please call the roll.
Senators O'Loughlin.
Here.
Luetkemeyer.
Here.
Bean.
Here.
Beck.
Here.
Bratton. Brown. Berger. Moon. Mosley. Roberts. Williams.
Thank you. We've established a quorum. We'll begin the hearing. We have 9 nominees today as well as 4 reappointments. I'll announce the nominee and the sponsoring senator who joins them right up front here. We take a picture. If your family is here with you, they're welcome to be in the picture. Senators, when you are done presenting, please go to the Senate staff desk and sign the document that we need.
We're actually going to start with Matt Haase. This one right here.
This is not good. We've already got a problem here. Nope, we're starting with Matt Haase, Republican, as a member of the Jackson County Sports Authority. Senator Lewis.
She has to go there. You're here.
Madam Chair, members of the committee, I'm excited to present Matthew Haase for his appointment to the Jackson County Sports Complex Authority. With nearly 2 decades of service on Capitol Hill as senior staff member to the United States Senator Roy Blunt, Matt understands the intersection of policy, infrastructure, and community investment. He played a critical role in securing federal funding for key regional projects, including transportation, healthcare expansion, that demonstrate his ability to navigate complex systems and deliver results for people of Missouri. More recently, he's had roles in leadership at the University of Missouri, Kansas City, and now at Kansas City University. Matt has continued to build bridges between institutions, public agencies, and communities they serve.
All right, thank you. Any questions? Senator Luetkemeyer.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Matt, thank you for your willingness to serve on this board. I'm really excited for you and excited for the leadership you're going to help bring to the Jackson County Sports Authority. Quick question. So you currently serve on a judicial selection commission for Jackson County?
My service on that commission ended at the end of December.
Okay, I was trying to figure out the logistics of whether you'd have to resign that position or what, because obviously I liked having you on that commission as well. So, well, anyway, congratulations on your nomination. Look forward to supporting you.
Thank you, Senator.
Any other comments or questions? You're in.
Thank you.
Thank you. Now we have John Raines. John Raines, as an independent, as a member of the University of Missouri Board of Curators, with Senator Bean.
That's good.
Thank you, Madam Chair. For the record, Senator Jason Bean representing the 25th District. I'm proud to be here this morning and present my longtime friend, Mr. John Raines, who was appointed by Governor Kehoe to serve on the University of Missouri Board of Curators. John is a native of the Boot Hill and has deep ties to his community. He as well has a passion for agriculture and the outdoors. I will tell you, he is an avid hunter, but he truly needs to work on his aim a little bit. I'll tell you that one. Mr. Raines' leadership in agriculture and food spans nearly 4 decades, most recently retiring as president of Tellus Ag and Consumer Goods. Prior to Tellus, Mr. Raines served in multiple positions for Bayer, Monsanto, and started his career with Dow AgroSciences. John also serves on the board of directors for several companies, including FMC Corporation, Seidenstecher Noble Partners, and TPNB Bank, as well as the advisory board for the University of Missouri Fisher Delta Research Center located in Portersville, Missouri. John earned a Bachelor of Science in Agriculture from the University of Missouri in Columbia. His wife attended Mizzou. His son and daughter both attended Mizzou. In addition to their love of their alma mater, John is a devout family man and a man of faith. John has received his private pilot's license and in a very short time received his IFR certification. I can't remember a Kaffner alumni event that John wasn't there. That event raises money and supports scholarships for students. John will be a strong voice for rural Missouri. The Board of Curators will greatly benefit from John's presence, and I look forward to his contributions in making Mizzou an even better place, and I proudly support Mr. Raines' nomination.
All right, thank you. Any questions from anyone? Senator
I
Mosley.
don't have a question. I just pretty much have a statement. Nice seeing you again. You were in my office yesterday. We went over a lot of things and a lot of concerns that I have, and hopefully you will keep those things in your mind and work towards taking care of those issues that I explained to you yesterday.
Thank you for that, Senator, and yes, I absolutely will. Thank you.
Senator Beck.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Raines. And, a couple of these are hypothetical questions. So first off, I'm glad to see that you have a suit and tie on today as you come in this the committee hearing. But my question to you is, as a curator, you're going to have be able to go to graduations and ceremonies, galas, and things of that nature, where proper dress is required. My question is, when we say proper dress or wearing formal things, does that go down to footwear also, or would you end up showing up in like hunting boots or something of that nature?
Senator, I'll make sure my wife Buffy's here, and she'll make sure that I'm not wearing hunting boots with my suit.
And I'm assuming today you don't have those hunting boots on.
No, sir, but
Thank you.
yes, sir. Thank you.
I have a question. Tell me about the Climate Corporation.
The Climate Corporation, it was a startup in San Francisco, California, digital agriculture, focused on data science and data analytics. It's a company that Monsanto bought. I was on the acquisition committee at the time in 2013. It's now owned by Bayer, the Bayer Crop Science Organization, and it provides an ability for farmers to see as they plant and harvest digital information on a geospatial level in the field.
So it's more of a directional kind of thing, not really about the climate.
Think about it this way. It's about the agronomics that are occurring in the field. So the ability to understand your soil and soil type, the seed that ought to be planted on it, if you spray for bugs, weeds, or disease, being able to capture that and understand what may or may not be causing yield to go up or down. It gives you a digital view on a very, very microscopic level versus looking at the field in whole.
Okay. I'll accept that.
We'll have to talk later.
We're kind of sensitive about the climate here. So I appreciate that. Any other questions? Seeing none, thank you for your willingness to serve. Thank you for being here.
Thank you all.
Let's see here. Next up, we have Mason Bell, Republican, as a member of the Missouri Veterinary Medical Board, with Senator Bean. There's a lot of people, big family. Oh.
Thank you, Madam Chair, members of the committee. For the record, Jason Bean, representing the 25th District. Proud to be here this morning to present Dr. Mason Bell, who was appointed by Governor Kehoe to serve on the Missouri Veterinary Medical Board. Mason has his roots in Warrensburg and Higginsville, growing up on a family farm with livestock and grain. He attended Oklahoma State University, graduated summa cum laude with a bachelor's degree in animal science. From there, he attended Mizzou's College of Veterinary Medicine on a scholarship and met his future wife, Catherine, there. Almost 10 years ago, Mason and his family moved to Poplar Bluff and bought a struggling but well-respected practice. Their leadership and passion to help both small and large animals in need was recognized the strong level of community support they have. Their business has grown to include a satellite office in a neighboring county and have almost 30 employees. His wife, Catherine, is also a veterinarian, and the only problem I've ever had is we were bidding on a hog at the Ripley County Fair, and they were bidding against me, but we won't hold that against him. So Dr. Bell will make a wonderful addition to the board. Thank you.
All right, thank you for that. Anyone have any questions? Yes, Senator Moon.
Good morning, Dr. Bell. Yesterday, the day before, I received some information. First of all, are you a small or large animal or both?
I do both.
Okay. The information I received, and I can't recite the group at this point, but they were essentially advocating for rights for animals when they might have been not cared for properly by veterinarians. I just wanted to get your thoughts on that, if you're aware of the situation. What they're looking for is liability, cause of action. So tell me from your perspective, if you're familiar with that, what you might think about that move.
I'm familiar with the Medical Practice Act and what it does and does not highlight as far as what veterinarians are supposed to be doing. But like any legislation, it can be vague, or else the book would be 10,000 pages long. It is very difficult as a practitioner to demonstrate what you do when a client is not present. And that is probably a very common reason, and the reason why this board exists, because of complaints and things like that, trying to determine what the veterinarian's actions and their team members' actions are, whether they're compliant or not.
And when you say not present, are you talking about the human owner?
The human owner,
Okay.
yeah. Oftentimes they're not present for
Yeah.
many routine things.
And I think where this was pointing, although they didn't explicitly state it, was that animals, in their opinion, should have the same rights as humans. And then to further that, they were not implicating necessarily, but at least inferring that there are some cases where proper treatment is not provided. And so as a board member, when you become aware of those, are there proper protocols in place that would address those and absolve the issues or resolve the issues if necessary?
Some are outlined in the Missouri State Constitution and the Medical Practice Act. Many are not. There are many other governing bodies, such as the American Animal Hospital Association, American Animal Equine Practitioners Association, bovine practitioners, et cetera, that have policies and recommendations. This is the best standard of care, what you should be doing, but that is not what is law. So as a member of the board, I will always consider those, what should be done, but also just be very fair and firm with what the law states and implementing that.
So I have a question. Do you think that vet technicians can help us with our vet shortage? Or is it really helpful to have veterinary technicians?
Yes, it is very helpful to have licensed veterinary technicians. They, again, have very specific roles and things that we can allow them to do legally that help to make the veterinarian more efficient so you can focus on other things.
What are those things they can do?
The law just changed, so forgive me, I may misspeak on that. But we in our facility, we utilize those licensed technicians to the fullest of their legal right in order to leverage them.
We have such a shortage of, in my opinion, we have a shortage of large animal vets. I'm from a rural area, and when I look around at the veterinarians we have, most of them are kind of getting up there in age, and I'm not seeing people moving in. So I'm wondering how that's going to end. Not well, I don't think.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that's questionable, but you
Well,
know,
it's, yeah, kind of.
my perspective is that I'm doing as much as I can, and there are a lot of veterinarians of my age that are, but I have a large practice area. 9 counties is what I could potentially be serving. Sometimes in the same day, but you cannot be everywhere at the same time. Yes, if some laws change to where you could allow technicians to do more without supervision, potentially that's a way to address that problem. But in our practice, we follow the law the best we can. I do think it's a generational cultural issue that is going to be nearly impossible to correct. We can't go backwards. It's not going to be the way that it was in 1950 when there was a veterinarian in every town, unfortunately. But we can continue to adapt and overcome and face these challenges, and that's part of the reason why I'm on this board.
So I'd be interested at another time of hearing about what we could do to expand what the technicians could do, because maybe that would help.
Absolutely, yep.
Or you could move to our area.
Yeah.
Anyway, anyone else have any questions? Hearing none, thank you for being willing to serve. Thank you for being
Thank you
here.
very much.
Next up, we have Marcy Hammerle, a Democrat, as a member of the Missouri Veterinary Medical Board. Senator Fitzwater.
Thank you, Madam President, members of the committee. Travis Fitzwater, 10th Senate District. I'm bringing before you Marcy Hammerle Coletti. She's a constituent from Troy, Missouri, who graduated from the University of Missouri-Columbia in 2003 with a doctorate in vet medicine. She has committed her education to veterinary studies and has since received her board certification as a specialist in canine and feline medicine in 2011. Since then, she has been certified as a canine rehab practitioner, a certified pain practitioner, and a certified equine rehab practitioner from the University of Tennessee. She possesses 18 years of experience as a pet doctor and practicing vet in an accredited hospital. She has owned and operated her own small business veterinarian office, which had over 20 years of operation. A year after she got her doctorate in 2004, she became a secretary, then board member of the American Association of Human-Animal Bond Veterinarian. During her years of business practice, she was elected as the chair of the Missouri Veterinary Medical Association in 2009, still holding the position today. She became a board member of the Missouri Veterinary Medical Association in 2014, and in 2015 she was elected the vice president of the Greater St. Louis Medical Association. Due to her dedication to the MVMA, she became the vice president in 2019, then the president in 2021, and eventually the board chair. She currently holds the role of vice board chair in the MVMA, and I'm honored to present her today for your consideration.
All right, thank you. Any questions from anyone? Senator Moon?
Good morning, Dr. Coletti.
Good morning.
I'd like to ask you the same questions I asked Dr. Mason, and that is with regard to causes of action. And the previous doctor mentioned that if the human owner is not there, difficult to say on some of those answers, but excuse me, the information I got or received indicated that animals should be offered the same rights as humans, and so Dr. Mason mentioned humane treatment. So I just wanted to get from you what your thoughts were on advocating on behalf of animals and whether or not they come to the same level as a human being would be.
I do think that there's a difference between animal welfare and animal rights, and I personally feel like we have strong rules in place to think about animal welfare. I think animal rights is a whole different thing, and that I do not personally believe that they have the same rights as a person.
Any other questions? I see you're on the board of the Treehouse Therapeutic Horsemanship Program. I have a friend whose daughter kind of participated in that. Are there many of those around the state, or is that maybe the only one we have?
There are several around the state.
Yeah. I think it's a neat thing, so
Yes.
I appreciate that you're doing that. No more questions? Thank you for being willing to serve.
Thank you.
Next up, Rodney Schad, Republican, as a member of the State Environmental Improvement and Energy Resources Authority with Senator Bernskoetter.
Thank you, Madam Chair, members of the committee. Like the chairwoman said, my name is Mike Bernskoetter, representing the 6th District, here to present Rodney Schad to you. Rodney is a lifelong resident of Morgan County in Versailles. Him and his beautiful wife, Jenny, have 3 children and 4 grandchildren. He's farming. He's worked at Tri-State, Tri-County Tech School. He's been a county commissioner. I served with him when he was a state rep. He does all kinds of things in his area, volunteers at the Sheltered Workshop, Show Me Christian Youth Home. He's been on the Electric Co-op board. So Rodney came to my office yesterday and he wanted to make sure that I said something nice about him. So he was a great mentor to me when he was a senior state rep, when I was a freshman state rep. And one of the things that I remember about Rodney was he was leading us in prayer one day, and he said, "We have very important jobs, but that does not make us important." And so you can see that Rodney is willing to put in the work and do whatever needs to be done, and he doesn't care who gets the credit, but I think he would be a great addition to the board. So happy to present Rodney Schad to you, and he would be happy to answer any questions.
All right, thank you. Yes, Senator Mosley.
How you doing? What exactly will you be doing on this board? What would be your role?
It's a 5-member board, and we approve the loans from the revolving fund as revenues are available.
Okay. So nothing in as far as going out into different areas, seeing what type of environmental issues are going on and how you can fix them, nothing like that?
No, we have a staff that does all the heavy lifting and make sure that those loans are going to be viable. And
okay.
So that's...
So you only deal with like the financial side of it?
It's on the financial side of it.
Okay. Okay.
Yes, Senator Berger.
You talked about the grant opportunities. How are the revenues generated for this?
It started out in 1972 with a very small state starter revenue, and over the years it has increased and grown, and that's where the revenues are available from.
The state funds the revenues?
No, the state does not. The federal funds coming into the state.
Okay, thank you.
Senator Mosley.
Yes, sorry. So who gets these loans and how do they apply for them?
Available to municipalities, and sometimes the loans are for drinking water to these cities. Sometimes it's for sewer systems, and that's how they're eligible. They just apply for them, and as there's funds available, this board will approve.
So if there's like a sewer district that has a creek that's causing erosion to a certain area, are they able to apply for a loan to take care of the erosion?
I don't know about the erosion, but the overall system to improve for that district, that's where we get into it, and that's how we approve or disapprove.
Okay, maybe we need to speak offline, because I have a creek in my district that the sewer company is supposed to take care of, but it's causing erosion to the residents' yards, and so it's eventually their yards are going to be in the creek. Some of their yards are already in the creek, but eventually their whole yard is going to be in the creek. Some have had a whole shed fall into the creek because of the erosion, and nothing has been done in my 4 years of being in office, and it's always some excuse of why they can't do it, and funding was one of the reasons. So that was something that...
As far as I know, that erosion control is not part of the loans, but it can be a part of the package, is what they're going to do.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions?
Senator Beck, I will have boots on from time to time.
Thank you, I appreciate it. That's appropriate wear, though, when you have to have them, right?
Yes, these shoes are hurting my feet this morning. And Senator Moon, I have been dog bit, and it's a scary thing when the doctor comes back into the ER and says, "We think we can save your arm." Thank you all.
Seeing no other questions or comments, thank you for being here. Thank you for being willing to serve.
Thank you.
Next up, we have Stephen Buckley, Republican, as a member of the Missouri Commission on Human Rights with Senator Bernskoetter.
Hey, Paul.
Get us all in, Harrison?
I got you.
We got it. So thank you, Madam Chair, members of the committee. This morning I have the honor of presenting Stephen Buckley to you for the Missouri Commission on Human Rights. He's got a lot of experience in a lot of different areas. He started working out at Westinghouse in 1969 as a union member. He went on to get all kinds of different elected offices within the electrical union, including chief steward, negotiating committee member, and even vice president from 71 to 83. He attended Widener University, where he graduated with a major in political science and a minor in management. And then he started working at PNC Financial. Then he became, in '89, he became employee relations, labor relations manager for ABB. And by 2001, he was HR director for the distribution transformer division of ABB, which had global responsibility for 32 different plants across 27 different countries. In 2008, he retired from ABB, then pivoted into HR and labor relations consulting job. And in 2014, he became a licensed realtor, which he continues to today at the Lake of the Ozarks. And I'm happy to present Mr. Buckley to you for the Missouri Commission on Human Rights.
All right, thank you. Any questions from anyone on the committee? We can see you're well qualified.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for being willing to serve. Yeah. I told someone once that they won't ask any questions. They asked them questions for like 40 minutes, so I never tell anybody that anymore. Yeah. Next, we have Chris Slinkard, Republican, as a member of the Missouri Commission on Human Rights with Senator Carter.
Madam President, Senator Jill Carter representing the 32nd District. and it's a pleasure to be here to sponsor Dr. Chris Slinkard. He's an assistant professor of accounting at the University of Central Oklahoma, teaching financial accounting and business taxation courses. In 2024, he received his PhD in business administration with an emphasis in accounting from Tennessee State University in Georgia. His research interests are governmental accounting practices, public policy, taxation, and occupational fraud. That one jumped out at me. Dr. Slinkard also continues to provide tax litigation support, M&A, and business advisory services for select clients. Before beginning his doctoral pursuit in 2020, Dr. Slinkard served 3 years as a Missouri Division of Employment Security Director, leading the receipt of various awards and honors. He has served as a full-time and per-course accounting faculty member at Missouri Southern State University, and Crowder College. Before public service, including academia, Dr. Slinkard was a former president of a global reach construction and steel fabrication company concentrating on oil and gas and industrial water and wastewater projects. Before negotiating the sale to a private equity firm, the company received a Missouri Chamber of Commerce Fast Track Award for Growth in 2008 and was also a federal GSA and NATO contract recipient. Other prior experience includes public accounting, light steel manufacturing, business consulting, retail ownership, and real estate development. Dr. Slinkard is a certified public accountant, a certified information technology professional, and a chartered global management accountant. In addition to his PhD, he holds a BS in accounting and an MS in project management from the Missouri State University. He continues to serve in various social, community, and professional organizations, and his family are lifelong residents of Southwest Missouri, where they currently operate a small cattle ranch in Diamond, Missouri. Dr. Slinkard believes that the personal and professional blessings entrusted by God come with the responsibility to serve where called. He wishes to be appointed to the MCHR to use his professional skills and education to help carry out the Commission's mission to administer the Missouri Human Rights Act. His broad public and private organizational experience and research in government programs make him an ideal candidate for his position. You can see by the list of his qualifications, not only on this piece of paper, but he has become a friend and a great counselor to me. We have a lot of great conversations, and I know that he'll be a great asset to the state.
All right, thank you for that. Do I have any questions or comments from anyone on the committee? Oh, Senator Moon.
Good morning, Dr. Slinkard. When we spoke, I guess it was just yesterday, I hadn't looked at your resume and until just now, but I noticed that you have an association with Kennesaw State University. Is that the one in Georgia?
It is, north of Atlanta.
Okay. They have some interesting history. I think it dates back to the mid-2000s. Anyway, I won't make that public right now, but it's good stuff. Also noticed that you're a member of Forest Park.
Yes.
That should disqualify you right there, because we still have the Awana program.
They do, and I used to be a teacher.
Well, they wiped just about everybody off the map during their Awana games, and anyway, it was good stuff. So I won't hold that against you either. But I was grateful for you and Mr. Buckley coming by yesterday and having a brief conversation, and I wish you well as you serve on this commission.
Thank you, Senator.
You're welcome.
Any other comments? Seeing none, thank you for your willingness to serve. Thank you for being here today.
Thank you, Chairman.
Next up, Jeremy Manley as a member of the State Board of Mediation. Senator Trent.
There we go. Hold on, we got a crew coming in. Occupational hazard. All right.
Thank you, Madam Chair, members of the committee. Curtis Trent, representing Senate District 20. Very delighted to present Jeremy Manley, who's been nominated for State Board of Mediation. He has dedicated his career to hard work, leadership, and advocacy for his fellow Teamsters. He began his journey at UPS in 2000, quickly earning the trust of his peers, who elected him as shop steward in 2002. His commitment to representing his coworkers led him to the executive board, where he was elected as a trustee in 2008. While steadily advancing within the union, he also worked his way through the part-time ranks at UPS, achieving full-time package car driver status in 2006. In 2017, his passion for workers' rights took him beyond UPS, when he was hired by the International Brotherhood of Teamsters as a Democrat, Republican, Independent voter education representative, working on the political front to advance the interests of hardworking men and women. His leadership continued to be recognized, and in 2020 he was appointed by the principal officer of his home local in Springfield as a business agent and vice president of Local 245. In 2022, his dedication and service were further rewarded when the members of Local 245 elected him as their president, a role in which he still proudly serves today. In this position, he's worked closely with strong and profitable employers like UPS, Highland Dairy, ABF Freight, and others to create and protect safe, good-paying, career-making jobs for Missourians. Whether advocating at the bargaining table or mentoring young athletes or standing alongside his fellow Teamsters, he is very committed to building a stronger future for workers and families and everyone in Missouri, and will make a great addition to the Board of Mediation. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Any questions from anyone on the committee? Well, I have one. We're wondering if you can fix the post office.
I'm a little too close to UPS to help with that, but we'll see what we can do.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Senator Moon.
Mr. Manley, when you came by the other day, I failed to ask whether you have any relation to the Ralph Manley family.
I actually do not. Long story short, not to get too far into it, but my grandmother lived to be 107, and she was a direct descendant of Ralph.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it's so far removed, no, not really.
Right, good. Well, in our conversation, I was encouraged by the knowledge you had of what this is going to involve, and it sounded like you had a good handle on all the workings of it, and the examples we talked about briefly. Seems like you have a good head on your shoulders, and I wish you well on that. In the time involved, it said about 10 to 12 hours. Now, is that annually, or was that, what period of time is that covering?
Well, Senator, I believe that was monthly, but I believe there's a backlog as of right now, so
Yeah.
I think that 10 to 12 hours could be daily for
Right.
a few weeks to get things caught back,
Yeah.
the backlog caught back up.
Yeah.
But yes, sir.
Okay, well, I wish you well on getting all that taken care of and back to a normal caseload.
Thank you, Senator.
You're welcome.
Any other questions? Seeing none, thank you for being here. Thank you for your willingness to serve. Well, Senator Schnelting's on his way. So just 1 minute. Senator Schnelting's on his way. So just 1 minute. Our next nominee is Adli Jacobs as a student representative member for the Truman State University Board of Governors, and Senator Schnelting. All right, you can proceed.
Thank you, Madam Chair and fellow senators, members of the committee. I'm honored today to present to you Adli here for the Truman Board. And I won't go over his entire rap sheet. It would take me a while here. But Adli he's obviously excellent with his academics. He's on the academic honor roll. He's received the Viking Award, the Louis Armstrong Award, the AP Scholar honor, summa cum laude from Francis Howell, great school district, Standard of Excellence Accomplishment Award, President's Award for Education Excellence, and the General John Pershing Scholarship. And I'm honored to present him to you, and would like to turn over to him if he has any comments.
Thank you, Senator. Yeah, I'm extremely excited to be here. I'm super excited to hopefully be put onto the board. I absolutely love Truman, and I'm excited to serve in any way that I can.
So I have a question. I see that you resolve disputes between customers, coworkers, and new hires to reach optimal solutions.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you give me one example of that?
Yes, Senator. Specifically at my place of employment at Starbucks, or just in general?
Yes.
Yeah, I remember specifically that we have a very busy time working in Chesterfield, specifically the 7 and 9 a.m. rush. And there was a particular customer who was quite upset about a drink of theirs being made wrong, and being able to come at it from a unique perspective of understanding and trying to reach a different solution from a different perspective of changing the person they're talking to, changing the location of where it's at, helped us reach a solution that really their drink was just made with the wrong milk. But they ended up getting their coffee made pretty well, I like to think.
All right. Well, in today's world, there's a lot of disputes and conflicts, so it's good to see that you're able to do that. Does anybody on the committee have any questions or comments?
I do.
Truman is in my area. I think it produces a great outcome, and I'm glad you're going to be on there. Senator Mosley?
How you doing? So what do you want to accomplish by being on this board of curators?
Yeah, thank you, Senator. I think the main thing that I want to accomplish is relaying to the board an understanding of the student opinion and the ever-changing environment of students nowadays. College students are changing entirely from how they were in 2010 to 2020. And coming at it from a unique perspective can not only help show the incoming students and the students at Truman that we truly do care about them, but also help highlight the premier institution that Truman is.
Well done. Any other questions, comments? Seeing none, thank you for your willingness to be here. Thank you for your willingness to serve. That concludes our hearing. I make a motion for us to enter executive session. Do I have a second? All those in favor say aye. Opposed? We are now in executive session. I now move that we roll these 9 nominees and 4 reappointments into one slate. Do I have a second? Is there any discussion on that motion? Seeing no discussion, all those in favor say aye. Opposed? We now have a slate before us. I would move that we do pass the slate out of committee. Do I have a second? Is there any discussion on that motion? Seeing no more discussion, Mr. Secretary, call the roll.
Senators O'Loughlin.
Aye.
Lutemeyer. Bean. Beck. Bratton. Brown. Berger. Moon. Mosley. Roberts. Williams.
By a vote of 9-1, we have moved due past the slate. I move that we adjourn. Do I have a second? Second. All those in favor say aye. Opposed? We are adjourned. Thank you for being here today. Yes.
Full 2 hour.